This is an IDP camp in Myanmar's Kachin state for people who've been displaced from their homes. Here's a shelter in neighboring Shan state and another IDP camp to the west in Rakhine. The United Nations says across Myanmar, more than 900,000 people need humanitarian aid to survive.
These 940,000 people, they need shelter, they need food, they need health services, they need protection.
In Rakhine state, there are more than 700,000 people, including large numbers of Rohingya Muslims who depend on humanitarian aid. The violence in this region has been widely reported, but less known is the armed conflict in Myanmar's northeast that's displaced more than 100,000 in Kachin and Shan states. A 4-month ceasefire recently started in this area, but armed ethnic insurgents have been fighting Myanmar's army here for decades.
The civilian population living in these areas have been deeply affected. Many of them have had to flee.
Many of them are now living in IDP camps similar to this one. About 2 years ago, I met Moran Nume here. She was living with her husband and daughter in a 20 by 10-foot shelter after the armed conflict spread to their village. Donations from aid groups provided each person in the camp with the equivalent of about $7 per month.
They give us money, but it's not enough.
But in addition to the armed conflicts that have displaced so many people, Myanmar is also prone to natural disasters.
It's a country that almost annually is affected by floods during the monsoon season, and we always need to be ready to respond to big cyclones. And finally, there's a large fault line going straight through the country, and along that fault line there's a major risk of large earthquakes.
The UN is estimating the cost of the humanitarian effort will exceed $200 million next year. It's hoping countries and corporations will donate the money necessary to provide the help so many people in Myanmar will need. Dave Grunbaum, CGTN, Yangon, Myanmar.